Hello everybody, this is Gregory with How I Lost Over 100 Pounds and I've kept it off for 30 plus years, where there should be no hesitance in your weight loss and weight maintenance. Today I'm going to give 3 or 4 on-the-go lunch options. So if you need to pack for lunch and you don't want to get takeout, what are some things you can make really quickly at home before you leave? Now before we begin, if you need help with the weight loss, contact me through the Clarity FM link found here in the episode notes. Also check out my books, which you can find on Amazon, my website, which has hundreds of articles and recipes, my new movie podcast, The Cinema Rag, on Apple and Spotify. And lastly, if you appreciate my content, there's a link for PayPal. Now, I did an episode not that long ago where I discussed how 50% of men eat out daily. Now, clearly, eating out daily is going to predispose you to weight gain, or at least sabotaging your weight loss goals or weight maintenance goals. So we want to eat out as little as possible. Yes, you could eat out theoretically every day at a salad place, but as a whole, we know because of food porn and the Bliss Point, all these things, that fast food and the casual fast food like Chipotle and Panera and all these places as a whole are not that healthy for us. So what are some things that you can make at home pretty quick and fast that are nutrient dense, relatively low in sugar, and healthy for you? So I'm going to give you some options. I mean, there's hundreds out there. I'm just going to do some of the ones that I tend to do because they're pretty easy. Now, if you guys have been watching my content for some time, you know that I break my fast at 3 o'clock. I do about a 20-hour fast daily, and I've been doing this for quite some time. I've been daily fasting going on 9 years straight, 9 years daily, and I never have hunger pangs or deal with appetite issues. It's just great. I have energy all the way to 3. And the only reason I break 3 is because I don't want to do an OMAD. I could do an OMAD or 1 meal a day and just wait till 5:30 and just eat from 5:30 to 6:30. But I like to break my fast, and typically I break my fast with high-fat food. So let's just get to it. Simple one: dark chocolate and peanut butter. Now, how you do this is up to you. You do need to be careful on both of these because they do pack a lot of calories. Sometimes I just grab a Lindt or Ghirardelli or just the bar, the dark chocolate bar, and break off like half of it, and I'll just grab my pint or my peanut butter or almond butter, and I just bring a knife or spoon. I just use the chocolate as a spoon to eat it. You can see my dog here, Captain Savaho here. And sometimes I just eat it like that, and it's really quick. And I love dark chocolate, and we've talked about here before, higher percentage dark chocolate is better for you. It's got less sugar. And I would tell you to go with the almond butter over peanut butter, but if price is an issue, because almond butter as a whole is about 2 to 3 times more expensive, then go with the peanut butter. But try to get the peanut butter natural, like Jiffy Natural, Peter Pan Natural, because they use palm oil instead of hydrogenated vegetable oil, which is essentially a trans fat and clogs your arteries. So that's great. I love doing that. It's like a peanut butter cup, but infinitely healthier. Another one I like is doing a yogurt bowl. So I'll get full fat Greek yogurt, so you're getting the probiotics of that. And then I'll put chia seeds to get a good source of mufa-pufa fat. And then I'll put a lot of cinnamon, which is a natural sweetener. It's also good for regulating blood pressure. And then I'll probably do some blueberries just to give it a little flavor. And sometimes I'll get unwrapping bananas because they have less sugar and they're prebiotic, and I'll cut them in there. And sometimes if I have pumpkin seeds, I'll put some pumpkin seeds in there. I normally don't do honey. Some people like to drizzle honey. I like it the way it is, and honey does bring a little more sweetness to it. But certainly yogurt bowls are quick and fast. People think of them as breakfast foods, but they don't have to be breakfast foods. You can brinner it, breakfast for dinner, or brunch it, breakfast for lunch. But don't buy the already made yogurt cups, because those can have 20 to 25 grams of sugar, and they're going to have a lot more preservatives. So make your own. And look, the beauty of the yogurt bowl is you want something that when you eat your lunch, hopefully break your fast because you're fasting, it's going to be something that is going to fill you up. So that's why you want to get the full fat Fage or Chobani, whatever you want. The full fat yogurt. Don't skimp and get the 1%, 2%. And then fill it up with stuff that is going to fill you up. You want a yogurt but that is going to fill you up. But I mean, you can make these in a few minutes, and it's not a problem. If it's made well, it's going to fill you up quite well. Things that I don't like prepackaged foods. In particular, Today we have this kind of world where you can get Cliff bars and Luna bars and all these kind of bars that are already pre-made. I'm not a big fan of those. And look, I get it. Some of them are pretty natural. They just have like dates and some raisins and, you know, like 4 ingredients. I'm just not a big fan of the prepackaged things because look, they do have to put some sort of preservative in to keep those foods from getting rancid. And they tend to be overpriced. They tend to be really expensive, and they're taking advantage of, you know, your laziness, so to speak. So I would stay away from those. What are some other things you could do? You could do hummus. You could do hummus with vegetables. That's fine. My only issue with that is you're not getting a lot of fat because hummus in itself, whether you're making it or if it's pre-made, doesn't really have a lot of fat and protein, and it's not going to fill you up. But it's something that's okay, especially if you eat it with vegetables and not like with carrots or celery, and not with something like chips. That's totally fine too. I'm not a big fan of sandwiches because deli meats are processed meat and most bread is complete garbage. So like a lot of the things that we consider to be kind of standard lunch items, I stay away from. Another option you can do is just do nuts. I would recommend soaking your nuts. We have a previous video on that, and then putting them in a dehydrator to dry them. But if you want to do a little melange of nuts, that's great. I would probably stay away from the legume nuts, which are peanuts and cashews, and try to go with more of the almonds, macadamia nuts, Brazil nuts. But that's another option, something that's high fat and will fill you up to get you to dinner. And it's really easy to go, really fast and easy to grab them. So guys, these are about 3 options. Post in the comments. Let me know what you do for your lunch options. Love to hear from you. Hit the notification, subscribe, and share button. Until next time, take care. God bless and pray.